Alright, so in this video I'm going to show you how to get to the odometer and the instrument cluster of your vehicle. You can see on mine, my truck hasn't been running for all day since this morning, and the coolant gauge is still spiked, so I want to change that out. And my odometer has quit working, so I'm going to change that out as well. Basically, I'm going to show you the process of getting to it. I'll kind of explain it right now. The first thing you got to do, you got to pull this panel off right here. Underneath the steering wheel, there's a couple bolts down there. You'll see them right there. There's some underneath the hood latch and one over there. You pull that off, you got a metal plate underneath that has to come off. And then from there, you pull your radio bezel out. And then you just kind of pull it out of the way. You don't have to take them completely off. And then from there, you'll have a bolt right here and a bolt right here. And then these three bolts that are up underneath here. You take those off. You can kind of see those. And then once you take those off, that'll all pop off. Unplug your lights and your dimmer switch right there. Pull everything out, and then you should be able to unscrew your cluster. I've only got two hands, so I probably won't be filming while I'm doing things. I'll try to edit the video together so you can see, but I'll show you once I get going. So right here, I got that plastic panel off. First thing I want to point out, these clips that are on it. Those set up here in the top right there. Be careful not to break those. And then here's that metal plate that's underneath there. That'll come off next. Alright, so basically at this point, I've gotten to the point where I started taking the bolts out of the metal plate. I kind of discovered after about 4 bolts that if you do, you can barely just kind of pull that down and you can expose the bolts that you need to get to. Right there, and right there. So you don't have to take the whole plate off if you don't want to. It doesn't seem like. I guess we'll find out here in a few minutes once I get into it whether or not I will. But that's that for now. I'll let you know here in a few. Alright, so right here you can see I got the radio bezel out. You just pull out the 2 screws right here on the underside where the buttons are. Easiest way I got it to come out, this top piece will push down. If you can push that down and get your fingers in behind it and just kind of work it out. The passenger side of mine came out a lot easier than the driver's side. I don't know if that's how all vehicles are, if that's just how mine was, but that's the easiest way I got mine out. Next, I'll go to taking the panel off of the cluster. Alright, so basically from here, you got your radio bezel hanging out there. You come over here and you unbolt those there's 5 screws on the panel that covers up the cluster. You unbolt those 5, unclip your dimmer and your headlight switch there, and pull it out. And then from here, we're going to go in and take the actual cluster out. You can see now we can get to the bolts to get the cluster out. Alright, so from here, what you do is you just take those 4 bolts off of the cluster. You pull it out. You can see it's got 3 connecting harnesses. Make sure you remember where those go. What I did with mine, I took a picture of all of mine so that will have a reference point to go off of. So pull those 3 connections apart, and then do whatever you need to do with your instrument cluster, and basically reverse the entire process to put it all back together. If you have any questions, just leave them in the comments. I posted another video of how to get into your odometer gear last night. I posted that video of how to get into the cluster, and I want to change my odometer gear in mine. That's the whole purpose of me pulling the cluster today. But yeah, if you have any questions about how to get to it or any issues that you're having, just drop them in the comments and I'll try to answer as many as I can. Also, if you need any information on how to get to the inside of the cluster, check out the other video. If you have any questions there, drop them in the comments there. So thanks for watching. I hope this helps you out. Alright, so the only thing so far that I found an issue with, you can see I'm reading about 73-ish right there. I'm really only doing maybe 55, 52 around there. That's the only issue I have. I just need to go back in and fix my needle, pretty much just pull it back off and adjust it a little bit. My coolant gauge is still spiked, so that didn't help me none. But on the good note, my odometer is working, so that gear definitely saved the day. But yeah, if you have any more questions, just holler at me in the comments. Thank you.